Hi YouTube family, it's your friend Ashwani and welcome to Let's Share Solutions. Now this video is about introducing yourself in a job interview. Now it's not about the question, tell me something about yourself. I've already answered that question. I made a video long time back. If you haven't watched that video, you can watch that video. I'll put the link in the description or somewhere in the cards. So that was about tell me something about yourself. This video is not about that. It is about introducing yourself. What is introduction? Well, introduction is anything that you speak, anything that you do first that gives your first impression. This is all about that. It's a short video, but it is really helpful. First of all, dress appropriately. Dress in formals. Most of the interviews, you will have to wear formals, unless you're going for an interview of maybe as a cameraman or some other industry which is not a regular corporate industry. I'll tell you something. I've been from a corporate field. I was an engineer, and then I shifted to filmmaking. Not the filmmaking, I mean corporate films and all these things. So I went for an interview. I went to meet a director. So when I went there, when we started our conversation, he just in between, when the conversation was a bit casual, he simply said straightforward, "Ashwani, what are you wearing? Have you come here for a sales job?" So there you go. That was a different industry. In that industry, I don't have to wear formals. Formals was not appropriate for that industry, for the industry that I am right now in. Now I wear these coats in the videos, but when I go to meet my clients, I can go wearing a t-shirt. That's a different industry altogether. So I'm not talking about West, but in India, it is like that. People are casual here in the corporate film industry and all these industries that I belong to, that I go to. So why I'm telling you is this, it all depends on the industry that you're going for. And then reach before time, have your CV, pen, if documents are required, have all of these things ready with you. Now, all these things introduce you. They tell if you are punctual. They tell if you are a professional person or not. So all these things are a part of your introduction. So you have to be prepared with all these things. Another tip is don't take your mood with you. You may be in a bad mood that day when you go for an interview. Maybe you had a fight with your friend or someone. So don't take that mood with you in an interview. Even if you are talking to the guard, even if you're talking to the receptionist, even if you're talking to other people who have come for the interview, don't disclose your mood. You will take that same mood when you give the interview. And moreover, there are CCTV cameras, so you are being watched. You may be. I'm not saying you are. You may be. In some companies they do. So always don't take your mood with you. Now, I make these videos. There are times when I'm not in a good mood. But can you ever make out that I am not in a good mood in a video and I am in a bad mood or in a very good mood in a video? You can't make it out. Because when I shoot, when the camera is on, I leave my mood behind. I don't take my mood with me when I'm making these videos. So when you enter the building, when you go for that interview, forget about your mood. Leave it outside. Now you have to show your best. So most of the times when you go for an interview, you will end up reaching the reception area where you'll have to tell why you're there, and then you will be escorted or someone will come from the HR department to take you for the interview rounds. So when you reach the reception, this is what you need to do. You need to smile and then tell who you are and why you have come here. "Hello, my name is so-and-so. I'm here for this interview. I'm here for this position." Or if you already have a time fixed or a person fixed, you can tell that I'm here to meet Mr. So-and-so for the interview of so-and-so position, and you can even tell the time or anything, that information that you can give. That is the information that you have to share at the reception. And then you can ask where you need to go. A lot of people don't know what to do. They're just standing there talking to other people who have come for the interview, getting hints from them. Just go ahead, talk to the receptionist. That's the first interaction that you will have, and that's where you introduce yourself first. And when I said you should smile, what I want to say is smile when you meet anyone. Smile when you meet the guard. Smile when you meet the receptionist. Smile when you meet other job candidates. Smile when you meet anyone. There is no harm in that. Because as I said, there are CCTV cameras. I'm not saying you will be, but you may be watched. Another tip is when you go for the interview, while you're waiting at the reception area or while you're waiting for different rounds of interview, you will end up sitting with other job candidates. At that time, avoid chit-chatting, avoid gossiping. I mean, you can have professional talks. I'm not saying you don't talk to anyone. You can talk. It's okay. It's good. But it should be professional talks. The tone, the volume, the expression, the topics that you talk, everything should be professional. And there may be sometimes someone is not professional. That person is talking a lot or talking something out of the box. And these people are mostly those who are either too confident or they know they will not be selected. I'm not saying all of them would be like that, but yes, some of them would be like that. So if you see someone who is not talking professional or who started chit-chatting about this company, other companies, or something that is not related to your job profile, and the tone, the expression, everything is not professional, you can simply ignore that conversation. Try to get only in the conversation that is professional. And finally, when you meet the HR manager or the interviewer who will be conducting your interview, at that time, first thing, smile. Second, handshake. And then you should wait for that person to ask you something. A lot of people start giving their self-introduction, or they take out their CV, they give them their CV. Now, they haven't asked you for that. So if they haven't asked you for something, don't do that. So just wait for them to respond. Just smile, shake hands. And some people also say, it is a pleasure meeting you. Well, unless the person is very famous, unless you know the position of that person and you know you are genuinely impressed by that person, then you can say it is a pleasure meeting you. Otherwise, don't say that. That's not necessary to do that. That's not true. So don't say that. You can say that at the end of the interview, but not at the beginning of the interview. So just stay calm and be professional. Just let that person ask you. Sometimes the interviewer, they may ask something out of the box. They may ask you, so how was your day? Or you look good today. Or they can ask something that is out of the box, that is not related to the job, not related to the company, anything. So you are wearing a nice shirt, anything like that. So be prepared. If you already have something in your mind that I have to say this, or I have to give my CV, then you will neglect these questions. So be open-minded. Just be open to any question that can come up to you. So let them take the first step. Let them ask you something and then respond accordingly. So that's it in this video. I hope this video helped you, because the first impression that you have is not about talking or showing your verbal skills and all these things. You have to give your first impression with the preparation that you have done, with the kind of personality that you have. That is what introduces you for the first time. And that is all that was here in this video for you. I hope it helped you. I make regular videos on interview skills and other topics. So if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, because life's too short. Come aboard.